Hello everyone, welcome to Decath Culture Podcast. Here I will give you the keys to responsibility by Decathlon. This podcast aims to make you discover, rediscover, or make you want to go further on what makes our company successful, and at the same time to help you develop your skills. I'm Jiawei, on air from Decathlon Exchange, and we're going to talk about today the project. Have you ever wondered what the project is for? How do you write a project? What are the ingredients that will make my project succeed? I will explain it in 5 minutes what a project is for and how to make it successful. In general, men and women always need a purpose, a meaning to put themselves into action. In Decathlon's DNA, we need to have projects that make sense, both for the person to carry them out, but also for the people who will work on them. You might think, what is the definition of a project? A project allows you to determine a target towards which you want to go. To reach this target, you will set up action strategies, which allow you to be in motion and go towards to the target. The project must serve our teammates, our customers, our users, our partners, and our neighbors. It must create values that will be measured by clear indicators. At the beginning, a project may not be collective. It may start with one person. Then when it starts to create values, it can finance other people. In any case, keep in mind that it starts with the carrier identified by us as the leader. So why do we make projects? It is very important to have projects in Decathlon to go further in our desires, to make each person responsible and to develop their autonomy, but also to federate a collective to create emotion and performance. If you don't have a project, you don't have a clear target, so it's much harder to decide. This is clearly one of the conditions of autonomy. Imagine you are on a boat with the best crew in the world. If you don't know where you want to go, nobody is going to do anything. And that's why we need a project, because it gives us a direction and therefore a way to move forward. During the famous boat competition regatta, you can change your target, but we will still have to move forward. So the message here I want to give you is, the project allows you to be in action. Remember this. First, the project is to have a very clear target. Second, it allows everyone to have a responsibility and the autonomy. Let's take a personal example. I want to share a moment of conviviality with people. This can be the purpose to spend a weekend with a group of people. Then we ask ourselves with whom, where. Once the purpose is clear, we start to act. And then you may ask me what makes a project successful? So what makes a project successful? Well, it must be motivating, clear, and known by all in order to make people take part. How can you be an actor if you don't know the objective? Michel Leclerc always tells us, you have to think about the purpose of your life and have a project. When you know what you are looking for, you can move forward with open eyes. So to make a project successful, the first strategy is definitely have a clear target. I'm going to share with you 5 things you need to know to make your project succeed. The first, the starting point is the leader. What does a leader want to embody? When he or she communicates, it will not have the same power and the same impact on the people who will work with him or her. It will make others want to work with them. So it is very important that the leader takes time to prepare in order to better share what he or she deeply believes in and to verbalize it, which means communicate it in a more committed way to federate. And the second, have an intention to act towards something, which means have a target that you want to reach. The third, the project must be co-built and structured. The fourth, know how to animate it over time. Do not hesitate to repeat it all the time at the beginning of your team meeting so that this is well anchored in everybody's mind. And the last but not the least, everybody has the possibility to choose his or her contribution to the project. That's the framework of a team project. Okay, after these 5 things that we just talked about, what you should also keep in mind over time is that the purpose of the project remains the same. On the other hand, the strategy to reach it might evolve because they may be different elements of context. That's why you have to question it regularly to keep moving forward. And how about working in a project already written, you might ask? What if the team project is already written? How am I supposed to take part? In Decathlon, you're supposed to be recruited according to the project. Your leader who recruited you must see the value creation that you will bring to the team. And also during the recruitment, he or she has probably already mentioned it some points of the team project. So you have to ask yourself, first of all, what is the project of my team? Do I know it? If not, I ask someone from the team to explain it to me. So what exactly the project allows us to achieve? First of all, it helps us to develop our motivation. It gives desire because it makes sense, because we have participated in the co-writing. And then it helps to create human performance. To reinforce these 2 points, it is necessary to ensure that it is built to federate all together, to federate the collective. Then it must be communicated powerfully, in particular by setting the path. If the project makes sense for each member of the team, it will automatically make people want to take responsibility, to dare, and this creates a result, and it's a positive spiral. For me, as teammates, it is important to have clear responsibilities that make sense to me. For example, you may see some corporate employees with a clear job description, but without anything brings them together. They don't have a project. As conclusion, like usual, I suggest a little exercise with you. If you are a leader, ask yourself why you want to lead this project. What makes people follow you for this project? What do you want to embody? Talk about it with people around you to have another look and to assert and clarify your ideas. If you are a teammate, ask yourself if you know your team's project. Are you able to explain it? If not, who can you ask to present it to you? Being an actor in your team project is the opportunity to decide what will drive you for the next 2 or 3 years, beyond your job description. So the more you participate in the project, the more it will look like you and easier it will be for you. Because you will be able to decide for yourself, because you know which target you are going for. This podcast is going to the end. If you like it, don't hesitate to share it around you. In any case, hope it gave you the desire to be part of the team project. If you are a leader, the COPPA training can help you to build your future team project. I'll be back for my next Culture Decath podcast on the advice process. See you soon!